If this reel is helpful, then click the star icon on it. It is totally free for you, but it will encourage me a lot to create more such reels for you. Modes of excretion. Based on the excretory product, 5 modes of excretion are known in animals. They are: monotolism type of excretion, ammonia; ureotolism type of excretion, urea; uricotolism type of excretion, uric acid. If this reel is helpful, then click the star icon on it. It is totally free for you, but it will encourage me a lot to create more such reels for you. Monotolism, it is the procedure of removing ammonia. Several aquatic insects, amphibians and bony fishes show a monotelic nature. Ureotolism, several urotelic animals like mammals, marine fishes, terrestrial amphibians, etc., release urea using this process. Uricotolism, some animals like birds, reptiles, insects, land snails, etc., eliminate nitrogenous wastes in the form of uric acid. If this reel is helpful, then click the star or give icon on it. It is totally free for you, but it will encourage me a lot to create more such reels for you. What is monotolism? The process where certain organisms excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia is known as monotolism. Ammonia, which is highly water soluble and which forms ammonium hydroxide NH4O, directly injures cells by the alkaline caustic action. If this reel is helpful, then click the star or give icon on it. It is totally free for you, but it will encourage me a lot to create more such reels for you. Ureotolism is the process of removing urea from an organism, and urotelic animals are those that release their waste primarily from nitrogen species like urea. Our bodies expel waste through the skin, kidneys, and lungs. They emit noxious chemicals. The lungs expel carbon dioxide, the kidneys secrete significant volumes of water, salt, and urea, and the skin expels salts and water from our bodies. Urea is a white, crystalline substance that is produced naturally when proteins are digested as a nitrogen product. Why is uricotolism preferred by certain organisms? Uric acid is preferred by animals living in limited water availability since uric acid is almost insoluble in water in comparison to ammonia, which is highly soluble in urea, which is fairly soluble in water. Also, 1 gm of uric acid requires only about 10 milliliters of water for its removal, whereas 1 gm ammonia requires about 300 to 500 milliliter of water, and 1 gm of urea requires about 50 milliliters water for its removal. B. Uric acid is almost non-toxic. Ammonia is the most toxic nitrogenous waste, followed by urea, which is about 1 lakh times less toxic than ammonia. Excretory system organs. The human excretory system organs include a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, a urethra. Kidneys. Kidneys are bean-shaped structures located on either side of the backbone and are protected by the ribs and muscles of the back. Each human adult kidney has a length of 10-12 centimeters, a width of 5-7 centimeters, and weighs around 120-170 grams. Ureter. A pair of thin muscular tubes called the ureter comes out of each kidney, extending from the renal pelvis. It carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. It is a muscular sac-like structure, which stores urine. The urinary bladder is emptied by the process of micturition, i.e. the act of urination. Urethra. This tube arises from the urinary bladder and helps to expel urine out of the body. In males, it acts as the common route for sperms and urine. Its opening is guarded by sphincter muscles. The mechanism of urine formation involves the following steps. Glomerular filtration. Glomerular filtration occurs in the glomerulus where blood is filtered. This process occurs across the 3 layers: the epithelium of Bowman's capsule, the endothelium of glomerular blood vessels, and a membrane between these 2 layers. Reabsorption. Around 99% of the filtrate obtained is reabsorbed by the renal tubules. This is known as reabsorption. This is achieved by active and passive transport. Secretion. The next step in urine formation is tubular secretion. Here, tubular cells secrete substances like hydrogen ions, potassium ions, etc. into the filtrate. Urine. The urine produced is 95% water and 5% nitrogenous wastes. Wastes such as urea, ammonia, and creatinine are excreted in the urine. Apart from these, the potassium, sodium, and calcium ions are also excreted. Osmoregulation is the active regulation of the osmotic pressure of an organism's body fluids, detected by osmoreceptors, to maintain the homeostasis of the organism's water content. That is, it maintains the fluid balance and the concentration of electrolytes, salts in solution, which in this case is represented by body fluid, to keep the body fluids from becoming too diluted or concentrated. Osmotic pressure is a measure of the tendency of water to move into one solution from another by osmosis. The higher the osmotic pressure of a solution, the more water tends to move into it. Pressure must be exerted on the hypertonic side of a selectively permeable membrane to prevent diffusion of water by osmosis from the side containing pure water. Although there may be hourly and daily variations in osmotic balance, an animal is generally in an osmotic steady state over the long term. Kidneys are the chief excretory organs and are mainly concerned with the excretion of urea in the form of urine. The function of our kidney is monitored and regulated by the feedback mechanisms which involve the hypothalamus, juxtaglomerular apparatus (JGA), and the heart. Regulation by JGA is known as renin-angiotensin mechanism. When the blood flow in the glomerulus decreases, renin is released from juxtaglomerular JG cells. Renin converts angiotensin in the blood to angiotensin I and further to angiotensin II. Angiotensin II is a powerful vasoconstrictor and causes an increase in glomerular blood pressure and GFR. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, RAS, is a critical regulator of blood volume, electrolyte balance, and systemic vascular resistance. While the baroreceptor reflex responds short-term to decreased arterial pressure, the RAS is responsible for acute and chronic alterations. The classical understanding of RAS is that it comprises three significant compounds: renin, angiotensin II, and aldosterone. These three compounds elevate arterial pressure in response to decreased renal blood pressure, salt delivery to the distal convoluted tubule, and beta agonism. Atrial natriuretic factor (ANF) is a 28 amino acid polypeptide hormone secreted mainly by the heart atria in response to atrial stretch. ANF acts on the kidney to increase sodium excretion and GFR, to antagonize renal vasoconstriction, and to inhibit renin secretion. In the cardiovascular system, ANF antagonizes vasoconstriction, and shifts fluid from the intravascular to the interstitial compartment. Diabetes insipidus is a rare but treatable condition in which your body produces too much urine P, and isn't able to properly retain water. Diabetes insipidus can be chronic, lifelong, or temporary and mild or severe depending on the cause. Diabetes insipidus is mostly caused by an issue with a hormone called antidiuretic hormone AD, or vasopressin. Either your body doesn't make enough of AD or your kidneys don't use it properly. People with diabetes insipidus pee large volumes of urine several times a day and drink large amounts of water because they feel constantly thirsty. If you have diabetes insipidus and don't drink enough fluid to replace water lost through urine, you can become dehydrated, which is dangerous to your health. Because of this, diabetes insipidus is a serious condition that requires medical treatment. Excretion is the process in which nitrogenous wastes are removed from the body. Substances that need to be excreted from the body include nitrogenous wastes, carbon dioxide, water, excess salts, water etc. Kidneys play a major role in the process of excretion in humans. These are the bean-shaped structures located on either side of the backbone and protected by the last two ribs. Kidneys help in the elimination of wastes from the body in the form of urine. Kidneys are the main organs of excretion in humans. Apart from kidneys, other organs like lungs, liver, and skin also help in excretion. Uremia is the term for high levels of urea in the blood. Urea is one of the primary components of urine. It can be defined as an excess in the blood of amino acid and protein metabolism end products, such as urea and creatinine, which would be normally excreted in the urine. Uremic syndrome can be defined as the terminal clinical manifestation of kidney failure, also called renal failure. It is the signs, symptoms, and results from laboratory tests which result from inadequate excretory, regulatory, and endocrine function of the kidneys. Both uremia and uremic syndrome have been used interchangeably to denote a very high plasma urea concentration that is the result of renal failure. Kidney failure is a condition in which one or both of your kidneys no longer work on their own. Causes include diabetes, high blood pressure, and acute kidney injuries. Symptoms include fatigue, nausea and vomiting, swelling, changes in how often you go to the bathroom, and brain fog. Treatment includes dialysis or kidney transplant. Renal failure means one or both of your kidneys no longer function well on their own. Kidney failure is sometimes temporary and develops quickly acute. Other times it's a chronic, long-term condition that slowly gets worse. Kidney failure is the most severe stage of kidney disease. It's fatal without treatment. If you have kidney failure, you may survive a few days or weeks without treatment. The early stages of chronic kidney disease may not have symptoms, but kidney failure symptoms may include feeling sick, confusion, swelling, and peeing a lot. Kidney stones, also called renal calculi, nephrolithiasis or urolithiasis, are hard deposits made of minerals and salts that form inside your kidneys. Diet, excess body weight, some medical conditions, and certain supplements and medications are among the many causes of kidney stones. Kidney stones can affect any part of your urinary tract, from your kidneys to your bladder. Often, stones form when the urine becomes concentrated, allowing minerals to crystallize and stick together. Passing kidney stones can be quite painful, but the stones usually cause no permanent damage if they're recognized in a timely fashion. Depending on your situation, you may need nothing more than to take pain medication and drink lots of water to pass a kidney stone. In other instances, for example, if stones become lodged in the urinary tract, are associated with a urinary infection or cause complications, surgery may be needed. Nephritis is an inflammation of the nephrons, which are part of the kidneys. Also known as glomerulonephritis, it can affect kidney function, leading to changes in urine and urination habits and swelling in the hands, feet, and elsewhere. There are many different causes of nephritis. In some cases, the cause may not be clear. Nephritis and kidney disease often seem to run in families, which suggests a possible genetic component. Some infections, such as HIV and hepatitis B or C, can also cause nephritis. In some cases, kidney damage can occur as a result of medications, such as antibiotics. This damage can lead to nephritis. Taking too many pain relievers, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs (NSAIDs), or diuretic pills can also cause this condition. Dialysis is a treatment for people whose kidneys are failing. When you have kidney failure, your kidneys don't filter blood the way they should. As a result, wastes and toxins build up in your bloodstream. Dialysis does the work of your kidneys, removing waste products and excess fluid from the blood. People who have kidney failure, or end-stage renal disease (ESRD), may need dialysis. Injuries and conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and lupus can damage kidneys, leading to kidney disease. Some people develop kidney problems for no known reason. Kidney failure can be a long-term condition, or it can come on suddenly acute after a severe illness or injury. This type of kidney failure may go away as you recover. Artificial kidney is often a synonym for hemodialysis, but may also refer to the other renal replacement therapies with exclusion of kidney transplantation, that are in use and/or in development. This article deals mainly with bioengineered kidneys, bioartificial kidneys that are grown from renal cell lines, renal tissue. The implantable bioartificial kidney is under development, and we have not begun clinical trials. We have shown that the main functional components of the device, the hemifilter and the bioreactor, work together as intended in animals using small-scale prototypes. This gives us confidence that it will work in humans once the device is scaled up with enough capacity. The implantable bioartificial kidney is about the size of a coffee cup and consists of two main components that work together to get rid of wastes. First, the hemifilter, or blood filter, processes incoming blood to create ultrafiltrate that contains dissolved toxins, sugars, and salts. Second, a bioreactor containing kidney cells processes the ultrafiltrate and concentrates it into urine, which is directed to the bladder. The artificial kidney is designed to work like the natural kidney, filtering the blood and maintaining the body's fluid balance so that dialysis is not necessary. The first versions of the device will not provide as much kidney function as a transplant or a healthy natural kidney, but enough to keep patients off dialysis. Device performance will improve in later versions with advances in technology. A kidney transplant is a surgery to place a healthy kidney from a living or deceased donor into a person whose kidneys no longer function properly. The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs located on each side of the spine just below the rib cage. Each is about the size of a fist. Their main function is to filter and remove waste, minerals and fluid from the blood by producing urine. When kidneys lose this filtering ability, harmful levels of fluid and waste accumulate in the body, which can raise blood pressure and result in kidney failure, end-stage renal disease. End-stage renal disease occurs when the kidneys have lost about 90% of their ability to function normally.